Okay, we are live. 15 out of 15. There's the notification, so you know it's real. It's as real as it gets, folks. I'm gonna make a change here. That's my prerogative. It's my prerogative. I'm gonna make a change. I'm gonna make a little change here. Okay, there we go. I think that'll do it. Let's move you over here like this. Okay. Back. All right. I think we're good. So, I had a nice morning. Hey, Merc.
83. Early Show.
The notifications get up over my audio, and I can't change the audio. It's some crazy shit. Okay, there we go. Hey, Merc. How's it going, buddy? So I had a lot of fun this morning because I noticed that Jackson Hinkle made a tweet that okay, let's change that. I don't know what happened to my lettering there. Huh. Okay. No news. Okay. We're good on that? All right, cool. Jackson Hinkle put up a tweet and it said, he was commenting on what an asshole he thinks Ben Norton is for whatever reason. And I'm like, oh yeah, I covered the fact that this guy was an asshole, over a year ago on my show. And I went back and I found the old show and I watched it, and I had pulled up another show in that show to show you guys that I'd said it before. And so it was like the third time revisiting that for me. And I watched the video. It was a really good video. I laughed, I was saying funny shit, making a lot of sense. It was on one of my other channels. It wasn't on the main channel. I don't know if it's available on the main channel, but it's on one of my other channels on YouTube. But it's just nice once again to see that I was right about something before, you see other pundits coming out finally, because that was my whole thing was Ben Norton. He's in the gray zone. So, Max Blumenthal and Aaron Mate are all over left-wing independent news media. You see them everywhere. So Ben Norton, not as prominent, but he's part of that, or was part of that gray zone thing. And, just not as a prominent public person. But then once I heard him speak, I was like, what an idiot. I was like, this guy's an idiot. And I had said, he's trying to call out Nazis for Nazi speech, which, hey man, nobody understands that better than me. Okay? Nobody understands that issue better than me. You got hate speech, you got things people want to say, you got freedom of speech. I'm all over all those issues, and I understand them. I have a really good understanding of it. I've been watching people that have really helped me along the way, as understanding the importance of someone having the freedom to say what's on their mind, no matter if you agree with it or disagree with it. I did a little personal experiment this morning here at the house. Rand Paul, just before the show, Rand Paul has said that we need oversight for the billions of dollars that we're sending to Ukraine, and he's being called a war criminal for asking for oversight for the money that we send to Ukraine. He's being called a war criminal because people hate Rand Paul that much that they'll literally throw him under the bus that far. Well, he's done this to himself, and he fucking deserves it. Don't get me wrong. My mother's one of them. I went to my mom and I said, hey, Rand Paul, she's like, ugh. I was like, I know, right? I hate him too. I was like, but he said we should have oversight over the money that we're sending to Ukraine. And her response was, it's all top secret stuff. We don't need to be knowing about that stuff. I go, Mom, it's not about exposing the information. I says, it's about someone being there, taking notes and having some authority over where this money is being spent, having some oversight, a little bit of control, a little bit of what would be the right word there? A word is just It's just I can't think of the word that I want to say. But
Vier
hey,
und
Christoph,
50.
how's it going? Good
Hello,
morning. Hello, how are you, Christoph? Good to see you. My second chatter has arrived. Let's see why the tweet's not showing up. I mean the tweet. That's why. It's not the chat's not showing. That's what I meant to say. We need some leadership as far as the money goes. You don't just take $40 billion and give it to a corrupt government and say, here,
Das Smiley mit
hey,
Heiligenschein.
hey, Ukrainians, the people that were murdering people in their own country with shelling, here's $40 billion. Take it, do what you want with it. You don't do that. And that's exactly what we've been doing under the Biden administration. We're just sending money over there, no oversight. Rand Paul's like, hey man, maybe we should like take notes as far as where this money's going. War criminal, you're anti-American, you're a war criminal. Crazy, right? Lee Camp covers that. We could go over that a little bit. I mean, Lee Camp has any other podcaster that I bring up this show, I just start losing my audience members as soon as I start playing another podcaster. And that sucks because that's what this podcast is about. We watch other podcasts, we learn from them. You know, sometimes we criticize them, sometimes we compliment them. You know, and we thank them. Wow, there's a bird at the top of this tree out there. Where is that? I see it in the reflection. Where is that?
Hier hat 2C0. When they don't want you to see where the dollar goes, you know here's a problem.
When they don't want you to see where the money goes, you know there's a problem. Dope T4H 420. I see THC 420. That's cool. Dope, what's up, buddy? Yeah. But you're referring in your name, Dope, you got to understand something. I love what you just said.
Hier hat 2C0.
Yeah.
THC 420.
Understand. Okay, I got to just explain something to you really quick, okay?
Hello, La Team.
I love what you said in my chat.
Topet 4 hat 2C0. Drinks nein.
You're welcome. Oh, you're calling me Nay, so you know who I am? So you watch the show. So you understand that the word dope, when you refer dope, and you're kind of chaining it to cannabis there in your name. I kind of I'm gonna let that one slide. Just because of the way your name is worded, you literally can skirt my fucking my personal rules here. But we don't refer to cannabis as dope, but your name doesn't do that. It just says
4 hat 2C0.
as in cool.
Na,
I know.
like as in cool.
I say shit's dope all the time too. It's in my vocabulary as well. So because of that, you're good. You're good. I just had to kind of reason through it for a second, like I do everything in my life. But you win. You win.
Topet 4 hat
It's like, yep, you're all proud of yourself.
Yup.
You think you figured out some way around my goddamn shit. Oh yeah, I'll get you another way. I'm sure I'll get you on another level. Just stick around long enough posting with that name. I'm sure I'll get you.
Topet 4 hat 2C0. LOL.
I have a feeling you've been gotten before
Hello, how are
already.
you today?
This isn't your first
Kevin
rodeo.
Bott. Hashtag in alerts. Cheers, night. Hashtag of
Hey,
project.
I made this. What's up, buddy?
Michael Husky.
Michael
What's
Haskey,
up?
what's
Topet 4
up?
hat 2C0.
I used to watch you way back in the day.
I
Oh,
used to
okay,
way
right
back in
on.
the day.
Your
Topet
cannabis
4
videos.
hat 2C0.
Well, hey, bro,
Your cannabis.
these are still cannabis videos, just so you know, bro. We're still doing cannabis videos. I want you to know what we're all about here. We're all about the cannabis, so just understand that.
Topet 4 hat
cover it.
2C0.
When I had the crazy
When you
landlord,
have
dude, that
that
was 11 years ago. That was 11 years ago. Crazy landlord lady.
Michael Husky.
Can you believe that? It was 11 years ago.
To work.
Oh, time flies when you're podcasting, let me tell you. Sitting here waiting to work. Right on, Michael. I hope you can keep it open while you work too. So, anyway,
54.
I really enjoyed going back and
Excellent.
watching the Ben Norton
Biceps.
video. I did a really good job on it, and
Topet 4 hat
you're an old
2
school?
0.
Okay, well, welcome
I'm
back.
an old school viewer. Topet 4 hat 2 0. Yeah, immer das. Loads a voice in the background. I noticed the wohl ist Wort Deutsch gesprochen, D.
Let me change the voice so we can hear it a little better. It's a little hard to understand. I got it on Dutch right now. Let's go with ooh. Spanish accent, or is it going to speak in Spanish? I wouldn't mind a nice Latin accent on the voice this morning. Anyhow, the Ben Norton video is good, but what I'd seen was that Jackson Hinkle on Twitter was calling Ben Norton out for his bullshit on something else. And I'm like, yeah, he's an asshole. And I'm glad that Jackson Hinkle knows it now too. No, I live in Florida now. We're not allowed to grow here. So. Because, Ron DeSantis. Actually, I shouldn't be blaming Ron DeSantis for the fact that we can't grow cannabis in the state. Okay. I couldn't understand that. Let's go with another. Let's go with something else here. English female. We'll try next. Okay, there we go.
4H2C0. Oh damn, I remember when you were in Clear Lake.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't.
Dopet 4H2C0. Why did you move back?
I wasn't really in Clear Lake, but I was in Lake County. Why did I move back? I moved back because my parents could use the help. My parents could use the support. But as it turns out, I'm just as much of a liability as I am an asset.
Cool name. Immeditus. How is this even possible that your laws are so diff? Sorry, but this is BS in my opinion. #NLRC.
How is this even possible that your laws are so different
Dopet
from one state to the next?
4H2C0.
Because we have in this country, I made this.
4H2C0. Stuff.
Hey, Rox.
1 SMF. Good morning.
We've got this thing in our country called states' rights, and every state has the ability to kind of tailor the law to how their residents feel the laws should be. So when you get down into the southern states, you'll see more like anti-abortion type stuff, and you get up north into the northern and the western states, you'll see more pro-woman legislation. Just as a one little tiny example, but there's a bunch of it. Like you'll see more gun ownership laws, legalities, availability in the southern states.
Fire, volcano.
Fire, volcano. Reminds me of an old game we used to play called Fire Paint.
Christoph 54. Ho LD cat.
Ho LD cat. Yeah, there's a cat. There's a cat. He's right here. He obviously likes me enough to hang out with me. But just let me finish the thought. The Ben Norton video, and with what Jackson Hinkle said, just comes full circle with this show like we always do, where I had said things years ago, months ago, it doesn't matter. I said it in the past, and then you'll see other podcasters finally talking about it and saying the same things that I said. In other words, what I'm telling you is Jackson Hinkle, who has 1 million people watching him, when he goes live, he has thousands of people watching live because he's making sense about things. They could have been watching me a year ago and heard the same thing, but you would have known it for a whole year. You would have known that Ben Norton was an asshole a year ago if you watched me. You wouldn't have gotten that until last week with Jackson Hinkle. These are the points that I'm trying to make. Because I'm not only am I right about everything, but I'm in front of everybody. Because I'm not scared to say these things. I'll come right out and say, I'm not waiting to test the water and see, well, what's Lee Camp going to say about it? What's Jimmy Dore going to say about it? What's, this person that I respect and love going to say? What's this person going to say? I'm going to listen to all these people and then, oh yeah, now I formed my opinion like I've seen so many other podcasters do. And you'll literally hear the talking points that other people have already said. And you're like, yeah, I know you watched their show, bro, before you did this. I can tell exactly what you did. I like to watch them in real time with you and give you my opinion as in real time. That way you see what's going on in here, and that way you'll even see the growth and the change that sometimes gets made up here. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, I was wrong about this. I caught myself in that last video where I heard myself say, when the January 6th thing came out, I was one of the first people to say it wasn't a riot. And then, what I said right after, I was like, but then, I saw more video footage and I realized it was definitely a riot. I was like, there you go. That's the kind of news you get from me. And if as it occurs to me, I will literally just vocalize it to you. I'm not trying to get all my ducks in a row and get all my pages in tight and in order before I come on here and make myself look like an angel in your eyes. I'm not trying to do that. I'm a human being just like you guys are. Sometimes I get shit wrong, but the whole point is the process of talking about it and learning about it. What we're going to look at right now is what we were talking about earlier. This is Lee Camp talking about Rand Paul here. So if I can find the rewind on here. Okay, let's go to the beginning, and we'll smoke to some Lee Camp.
Information terrorist, just by taking it into your head. Let me explain. This past May, Rand Paul, the senator from Kentucky who got beat up by his neighbor for being a dick, or maybe because he has a haircut of an 8-year-old or whatever. Anyway, he did something that actually made a lot of sense. Before a vote to send another $40 billion to Ukraine, Paul demanded language that would create oversight
at Nays Garden Show at Truthier News for the full podcast experience.
Okay, give me a second on this.
YouTube channel at Truthier News on Twitter.
All right. What?
Christoph 54.
Okay.
The team button like thanks for the full slip your sod's fire smile with a halo dove green heart scissor biceps sunrise rooster flying saucer alien.
Thank you, Christoph. Okay, let's keep going here.
For that money. Oversight. God forbid. Most of Congress was furious with him. Oversight? What do you think we're? Some kind of functioning governmental body?
So I already said this. Rand Paul is suggesting that the United States practice oversight when sending billions of dollars to the corrupt government over there in Ukraine. He's like, well, we should have some. They're corrupt. They're torturing people. They're putting out landmines on the ground. They're violating international law. They're war criminals, and we should be giving them billions of dollars with no oversight? Rand Paul is doing nothing but spitting straight fire. And Lee Camp is parroting that because, hey, when somebody makes sense that we disagree with, it's important that we find the things that we agree on so that we can get progress. We can make things happen this way. This is how it works.
Would you ask the mafia for oversight over kilos of cocaine that are hidden inside of slabs of beef? Excuse me, Gino? I'm here to audit that beef slab there. No! Why are you asking for oversight over the largest mafia the world has ever seen? One of the people most upset with him was Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. As Scott Ritter...
Now, when he said the largest mafia the world has ever seen, I'm confused. Because I don't know if he's talking about the Ukrainian government or if he's talking about the United States. And it's the second time I heard him say it. And I'm still a little confused. I believe he's talking about the United States of America. That's what I think he's referring to when he says the biggest mafia known to world history. However he phrased it.
For Consortium News, 3 weeks after Schumer forced that bill through and got the money for the proxy war in Ukraine, something funny happened. On July 14th, Andrei Shapovalov, a Ukrainian civil servant whose salary was paid for by U.S. taxpayer monies, convened a roundtable in Kiev on countering disinformation. He then published a list of names of 72 people
Listen.
whom he accused of deliberately spreading disinformation about Ukraine.
Listen.
He labeled them information terrorists.
Information terrorists.
Adding that Ukraine was preparing legislation so that such people could be prosecuted.
And this is the problem with the left today.
AKA Trendy Orca. Good morning, Nay.
Hey, Sean, I'm so glad you made it, bro. Dude, I was watching a show earlier today, Sean, from like a year ago when you came back to the show. It was about Ben Norton. You probably remember it. Ben Norton's chickens come home to roost. I was like, Sean, Orca, where have you been, buddy? Oh my God. It was like, that was like the first time you came back. It's cool, man.
Ex Gatley.
Hey, Christoph, exactly, right? So, understand, I lost my point that I was going to make with this. There was an important point right here. I missed the point. I was going to make a point. I got a little off track, but let's keep going.
As war criminals. War criminals. For printing something the Ukrainian government doesn't like? Well, that's fucking insane, but at least it has nothing to do with the U.S., except for being partially funded by the U.S. But, we send the money over there and
420
do all
Newfoundland.
kinds
Cheers,
of
everybody.
crazy stuff with it.
I hope the sound is okay.
The Pampushkin meat jelly dance off with your pants off was particularly unusual this year. But the U.S. government has no idea what happens with that money, right? Point being, the U.S. has nothing to do with this crazy round table thing, except the round table was organized by the U.S. Civil Research and Development Fund, CRDF, Global Ukraine, an ostensible nonprofit organization authorized by U.S. Congress to promote international scientific and technical collaboration. It is supported by the U.S. State Department, some of whose officials sat in attendance. Wait a second. This committee was organized by the U.S. Civil R&D Fund, and the State Department was there looking on like a proud parent at a kid's recital? Well, who exactly did they declare were information terrorists who should be prosecuted as war criminals? I assume it was just crazy Ukrainians running through the streets, wiping their asses with Zelensky dolls. Ha ha! Look at that, motherfucker! Is that it? One of the people singled out by Shapovalov as an information terrorist targeted for criminal prosecution as a war criminal was none other than Rand Paul.
Rand Paul's a war criminal that the Ukrainians claim he's a war criminal because he wants oversight over the billions of dollars that America sends them. And they take that money and they do whatever the fuck they want with it. And we don't give a shit about it because we're idiots. And Rand Paul is like, hey man, stop being fucking idiots. Start keeping track of this money instead of just, we've got people here in America that are dying in the street. They're starving to death. They don't have a roof over their heads. You need to keep track of this money so at least when they go to vote for you, you can say, well, this is where that money went. Instead, you know what the Republicans are going to be able to do? Is just show a bunch of explosions on the battlefield and say, this is where Biden's money went. This is where Biden's money went. This is where your money went. This is where your tax dollars went. Okay? Another explosion right into the atmosphere. There's your money. There's your money. Another rocket hitting another rocket. Boom. They cancel each other out. Great. Oh, but how much money got canceled out? That shit ain't free, folks. That's the shit that's taking the food off of your table. That's taking the food out of your children's mouths. Yeah, think about that shit.
Jesus Christ. Look, I hate Rand Paul for other reasons, like the fact he looks like the kid in elementary school who would rat you out for stealing the pipe cleaners out of the arts and crafts cupboard. But still, even so, he's being called a war criminal for trying to get some oversight of the billions of dollars sent to Ukrainian Nazis. But as former UN weapons inspector Scott Ritter notes, it gets even better.
I just want to stop 1 second and just say...
So Rand Paul is bad because he wants to be sure of where our tax dollars go, not on overpriced fireworks and vodka and caviar.
No, Sean, Rand Paul is bad because he is a Republican. Okay? He's a Republican piece of human garbage. He doesn't think women should have rights. He doesn't think that trans people should have rights or
Chelsea,
LGBTQ
do you
people should
think
have
Russia
rights.
will retaliate to that girl's death today, being it's Ukraine's Independence Day?
That's why he's bad. So Sean, make sure you get it right. Okay, make sure you understand why Rand Paul is a fucking cunt. Okay, understand that you understand that. Okay, understand that you understand that. I meant to say that, and then understand
Oh, okay, gotcha, Nate.
that
Didn't know that.
this has nothing to do with who he is. This is about oversight over sending billions of dollars to Ukraine, and it doesn't matter. Oh, look, man. If somebody comes to you and they bring you a gold bar and they say, here's a gold bar, and you don't like that person, do you give them their gold bar back? So Rand Paul is saying we need oversight. That's the gold bar. We're like, no, we don't like you, so take your gold bar back. We're going to refuse a gold bar because we don't like who he is? It's a gold bar. It makes perfect sense. There should be oversight. Mom, you told me that my roof and stuff didn't make any difference. Now you're complaining. I put a whole roof on this thing. I put the walls up, and you said, I still hear you. And now, all of a sudden, it really bothers you. I'm yelling in here all the time. So the roof was working then. Is that what you're telling me? Well, thanks. Jesus Christ. I wish you'd been honest with me when I asked you about it. God, all I asked was just tell me if it's working or not. So I take the roof off because, she says it doesn't work. She literally told me it doesn't work. It doesn't help. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess what did I waste all my time and money on? Building this freaking sound booth for, So now when I want to get heated and yell about something and and express myself the way I feel like I should, I can't. And that's a pain in the ass. So, was Rand Paul making sense? Yes, of course he's making sense. Should there be oversight over money that we send to Ukraine? Yes, there should be oversight over money that we send to Ukraine. I don't care who the messenger is. Stop killing the messengers and start listening to the messages. Some of them make sense. And now you're going to call him a war criminal for suggesting this?
31st, Diane Sayer, a LaRoche candidate challenging Schumer for his Senate seat in November, filed 66,000 signatures, well over the 45,000 required by law, with the New York State Board of Elections, thereby getting her name on the ballot. Diane Sayer. Where have I heard that name before? Oh, that's right. I haven't. No one has. Except Chuck Schumer, who's pissed she's running against him. But apparently, even though no one's heard of Diane Sayer, an obscure Ukrainian civil servant roundtable that makes lists of people they call information terrorists really has it out for her. That's right, Diane Sayer is on their list. This small-time candidate in New York is a war criminal for speaking the truth about Ukraine. Do you think perhaps Chuck Schumer might have had some say on that list? I wouldn't be surprised to see his wife's high school boyfriend on there. Oh, he thinks he's so cool just because he played varsity basketball and he still has all his hair. Yeah, well, let's see how he likes rotting in a Ukrainian prison for war crimes, pissing in a bucket, and eating leftover meat jelly for this year's Dance Off with Your Pants Off. Every last American should be repulsed at the idea of people being labeled terrorists or war criminals for standing up to U.S. propaganda about the proxy war in Ukraine. But beyond just that, we should be even more disgusted by the Senate Majority Leader using taxpayer money to seemingly go after political opponents. Plus, who is the U.S. or our proxy government in Ukraine to tell people what is and is not the truth? That's like Fred Durst telling you what is and is not good music. The U.S. government has admitted that in a break with the past, they're using intel to fight an info war with Russia, even when the intel isn't rock solid, or isn't real at all. They've admitted they're lying to you. And since our corporate media parrots everything coming out of the White House and the Pentagon,
Josh,
they're lying to you
let's
too.
Alfred Durst slam.
And I guess that makes them information terrorists. I guess that makes Wolf Blitzer a war criminal. And all this time I thought he was just a hairy douche. That's it for now, but there's 2 new episodes of the most censored news every week, and this show is completely independently funded by people like you. We have no sponsors, no corporate media overlords. If you want to see this show, become a member on Patreon. And don't forget to click subscribe. Thank you.
Do what he says, man. Lee Camp is fantastic. Generally, I can't ever just pause a Lee Camp video to criticize anything that he says personally. Oh. My belly! Who am I talking to? I'm talking to you, the audience. Josh, Fred Durst, Slam. Remember that song, Slam? Bump-a-na, bump-a-na, let boys be boys, Slam. No. I'm a old school. I'm a from the oldest school. Is that bird still up there? It is. I don't know where that is, man. Okay, it's past the hedge. Right? Where is that bird at? I can see it in the reflection, dude. It's at the top of a tree, and it's a black bird sitting in a branch, and it's over the hedge. What the fuck, dude? Why can't I see that? It's driving me crazy. Where is that, man? Where is that? Okay, come on, man. Okay, there's a yellow. Oh, I'm seeing 2 reflections. Oh, okay. There's a yellow flower or a dead leaf at the top of that tree right there. Where is that? Where is that? Oh, there it is. I see it. There is a bird at the top of this branch. It's a big bird, man. I don't know what kind of bird it is. It's a big black bird. Now I see it. It wasn't the hedge, it was the tree. Once I realized I was looking at 2 reflections on top of each other, I was like, oh, I'm seeing a superimposed reflection here. Two pieces of glass, of plexiglass, lined up perfectly, and then seeing 2 totally different things on top of each other. It was very confusing. But that bird looks like it could be, man, like a turkey, man. It's huge. It seems like it's huge, unless it's closer than... It could be a giant red-headed woodpecker. I might be able to get it on my video camera. What do you guys think? You guys could almost see it from where you are, man. Let's do this. Okay. There it is. And now I'll just go to video. kind of a bird is it, man? I think it's a giant red-headed woodpecker.
Reg pick. Red-headed woodpecker is called a flicker. Chris Reg pick. Good morning.
Hey, Chris, what's up? There's birds out in a tree behind my house right now. I'm trying to figure out what kind of bird it is. Oops, drifted off the image there. I don't know, man. It's just hard to see. My eyesight isn't that good. And the camera doesn't make it any freaking better. I figured I'd be able to zoom in and see what kind of a bird it was.
AKA Trendy Orca. Figured you saw something cool outside, Nay.
There's always something cool outside, bro. I'm just waiting for the day that I look out here and just see a snake slithering
Sean
by,
AKA
bro.
Trendy Orca. Pretty awesome view you have there.
I saw it just the other day, and this was cool, bro. You know, because you see them all the time, and you don't really think about it, you know, because you see them all the time. But out here, you know, they don't get that close to you for the most part. So I was out here, and a fucking squirrel just came by, right? No big deal. But he came right up to the freaking window, and I was like looking right down on him, and he was just doing his thing, and he didn't know I was up there, and he was just, you know, there's a hawk right here. Beautiful, beautiful. And I was just looking straight down on him and watching him do his thing. I was like, it's just so cool. It's like an aquarium for wildlife. I saw a raccoon go through there, right up against the window. The deer came up close, probably about 10 feet away from the window. It was closer, actually. It came in, it was like 4 feet away. And I was just like sitting here like, oh my God, I can't believe that deer is so freaking close to the window right now. So it makes it gives it another level, because in the wildlife in California, I saw it all the time, but I was never really able to get close like this. And wow, bro, now this hawk is right here. And now it's flying over here. Now it's up there. The hawk is right here. And that bird up there is not a hawk. They look completely different. Now this hawk is right here. He's just cleaned his beak off on the branch, and now it looks like he just pooped. He fucking did his wings too. It's funny.
Okay. Hello.
Hey Joel, what's up, buddy?
Chris Reg pick. Some deer are really social. I hand feed them.
Yeah? What do you feed them? Yeah, deer are affectionate, man. I knew a girl in California that had a pet deer, a buck, and
Okay. Not much.
he was affectionate, and you could pet him and shit. All right. No law regarding cannabis. Cheers, everybody. Happy 7/10.
Chris Reg pick. Grass. I made a video of it twice.
Yeah, hand fed them grass. I got grass back there. We've got millet out back there. Huge, huge pieces of grass. They probably
Fresh
love it.
pick. Have gone fishing in Florida since you're back. I love grouper.
Little grouper.
Nay's Garden. Download Twitter or visit twitter.com and search at Nay's Garden, at Nay's Garden Show, at Truthier News for the full podcast experience.
You guys should all do
YouTube
that.
channel at Truthier News on Twitter.
You guys should all do that. I haven't made a truthier video in forever. I just kind of lost my motivation. It's the only way I can describe it. Hey Tula,
Rose.
how's it
Good
going?
morning.
Dude, I think my light is the wrong color. There we go. Yeah, my light was on the wrong color. It's got 3 color settings. It's got white, orange, and then you can be between white and orange. It was in the in-between one. I always like it on white. So wow, we covered everything I wanted to cover. Both the Lee Camp thing. We watched all the way through that. We covered the Ben Norton thing. We got all the way through that. Oh, the John Cleese thing. I forgot about that. So, okay. Let's just talk, okay, for a second here. All right, check this out. I want to talk to you guys about wokeism. Okay? There's literally an article on the internet that claims that wokeism is a religion and that it's, it's contributing to the decay of society and it's what wokeism is, so you guys know. Wokeism is let me just read you the definition. Okay? It's wokeism Wow, Urban Dictionary. I'm curious because this Urban Dictionary has a definition that I've never seen. Wow. Okay. What the urbandictionary.com says, okay? Wokeism. A non-existent trigger word invented by conservative mainstream media, namely Fox News, that is designed to disparage individuals, victims, minority groups, or otherwise marginalized parties whom speak out against abusive systems of power, culturally insensitive, offensive individuals, or other forms of abuse against them. So, the Urban Dictionary claims it's a non-existent word. But if you go on, let's try Google, because I fucking don't trust this Bing shit at all. Let's just type wokeism deaf. And it comes up. This is Collins Dictionary, the behavior and
Garden.
attitudes.
Download Twitter or visit twitter.com and search at Nays Garden.
Sensitive
at
to
Nays
social
Garden
and
Show.
political
At Truthier
injustice.
News for the full podcast experience. YouTube channel at Truthier News on Twitter.
Wokeism definition, it says the behavior and attitudes of people who are sensitive to social and political injustice. Let's go to there's well, this one says that's a lie because we looked it up on the Urban Dictionary and that is not what the Urban Dictionary says. Wow. The people just, do you see this? People on the internet will just, that's from the UK. That's metro.co.uk. That's, I warned you guys about UK news. There's literally something right there. It says, the Urban Dictionary defines wokeism as being aware. It said, no, it said trigger word. Made by Fox News. But does it say aware in here anywhere? A non-existent trigger word invented by conservative mainstream media, namely Fox News, designed to disparage individuals, victims, minority groups, or otherwise marginalized parties whom speak out against abusive systems of power, culture, and sensitivities, or other forms of abuse against them. There's nothing in there about aware. Being woke means being aware. What? No. It's not. Okay. So maybe they're talking about the term woke instead of wokeism, but we looked up the word wokeism, and that's what came up. So here's woke: alert to racial prejudice and discrimination. That's a good one. I like this one. Alert to racial prejudice and discrimination. That's all it is. That's all it is. You don't want to see people discriminated against based on any of their differences at all. That's what being woke is. You're aware of it and you speak out against it. You know? Or you work to ending that kind of thing. That, you know, a trans person shouldn't be allowed to use a fucking bathroom. You know, shit like that. You know, voters' rights shouldn't be subverted in southern Florida by Governor Ron DeSantis and gerrymandering. Stuff like that. I could go on and on and on. But if you, when you watch the show, you notice that I am vocal about those types of issues, well, I'm the very definition of wokeism right here on this fucking show. I always have been. And when you hear all this anti-woke shit, that's anti the truth.
86. Hello, Nate.
It's the way, you know, when you say black people should have a right to vote just like white people, that's the truth. Dolce, what's up, son? So when you hear Ron DeSantis saying anti-woke, he's passing anti-woke legislation, which he's already done successfully in the state of Florida. It discriminates against the LGBTQ community, trans people, businesses, schools, whatever. It attempts to limit, or does limit, their free speech or freedom of expression Absolutely. And he's being sued right now. You guys know about this? Yeah. Ron DeSantis is being sued by I can't keep up with these lawsuits. This is the wrong, once again, I'm on the wrong fucking here. Judge blocks DeSantis stop woke law, calls it unconstitutional 6 days ago. That was it. It wasn't a lawsuit. It was a judge declaring that the law was unconstitutional and a violation of people's First Amendment right. So this is from my local newspaper right here. And here's one 5 days ago. Federal judge declares Ron DeSantis ridiculous woke. You know, it's not going to give me the whole thing. Judge blocks Florida Stop Woke Act. Oh, here you go. My bad. My bad. Florida Governor DeSantis Stop Woke Act hit with third lawsuit. I told you I couldn't keep up with all the damn lawsuits. 3 of them against this bill. You want to hear about that? Let's go to that one. Stopping Stop Woke. Trio of lawsuits target Florida's anti-wokeness law pushed by DeSantis. Some people are here talking about it. Podcast format.
Question. He wants to know let me talk about education for a minute since that
Put me in here like I'm one of them.
Is impacting schools so deeply. John Torres of Florida Today raises a question. He wants to know what are educators to do if this bill becomes a law. How are they supposed to teach history that some might find offensive?
Well, I think they're going to have to be brave. They're going to have to hope that they are in a school district where they have a supportive superintendent, their own personal, reporting line, who they have to report to.
I wonder what the Supreme Court's going to say, because that's where this is headed.
Because a lot of this, is going to be in the eye of the beholder when it comes to if a parent gets mad because they think that their kid had gotten a lesson from a teacher that maybe the kid came home and he felt sort of like, I'm a white person and I felt like that discussion of slavery made me feel guilty because, I'm privileged, or my ancestors played a role in oppressing black people in the state. If that kid feels discomfort, that parent would have the authority with that teacher's superintendent or, administrators.
We're dropping frames, bruh. We dropped some frames, bruh.
Create that atmosphere where it really chills discussion in classroom. I mean, what are we afraid of? But this legislation seems to be designed to try to really, put guardrails on what is discussed in school. And I think, as a parent, I don't think I want that to happen, but I guess there are parents out there that see educators as being, from a little bit of a different cultural world than they are, and they don't want their student exposed to some of the ideas that a teacher may convey to them.
Exactly. There are a lot of parents like that, and they're fucking stupid.
It's a dangerous thing.
Exactly.
Christoph 54. Big Force LA Room.
So John Cleese, those of you who are sticking with this, has somehow come out. I don't understand because I haven't seen the whole video yet. I was trying to figure out where this dude's coming from. I'm trying to find it in here where he's talking about it.
Part of that is
Christoph 54. Schools are life.
Let me turn on the
you
CC.
Creating a wall around you so that you have to contemplate the blank page.
Because when you are everyone who writes, and I primarily know,
You know-
writers rather than musicians.
They're trying to say that wokeness is political correctness. It's not. It's not the same thing. I'm definitely not politically correct. And I'm woke AF. So, you know.
Everyone who writes will tell you that an interruption probably costs you 10 minutes. There have been 2 research.
Christoph 54. Me smoke Gorilla Glue in force.
But because you're building something up in your mind, the character's here, he has to do that. She's over there trying to stop him. This has happened, someone else has just come in, and then somebody comes in. There's a Python sketch about this and says, Ludwig, Mrs. Beethoven says, Ludwig, do you know where the sugar bowl is? And the whole thing collapses. So when they leave, you have to go back and recreate all this.
Christoph 54. Je suis bien bien
so
défense.
dangerous. And what I used to hate was, I'm so old, when I had a telephone but not an answering machine. You see what I mean? Because you always, any time it rang, you thought this might be important.
Yeah.
And it never was.
No. You
Christoph
use any
54.
performance-enhancing
Boom.
drugs
A neural.
for expertise or knowledge that once you've mastered a subject, that's when you really know how to
Yeah.
play with it.
Yes,
can
that's right.
So it's,
Well,
I mean,
would
again,
say nuclear.
after that, the deluge.
Yeah, and now I can say fuck, and people, 1 or 2 people might twitch. Most people aren't bothered by it at all. But that was the
I'm a little bit
forbidden word.
excited, I have to.
Shut up. Put me off.
But then there are many other words.
Well, there's the N word. Now, just consider this situation. If I actually pronounce the N word today, which I'm not going to, relax.
Okay.
I'm gonna, it's all right, we'll be okay, okay? But if I did, it would be in the papers tomorrow. Now, how useful is that? What I think that the woke people, I think they miss something quite badly. The meaning of a word depends on its context. If I use sarcasm, then what I'm meaning is the opposite of the words I'm actually saying. And irony is like that. If you don't get irony, you know, then if you take it seriously, you completely.
He doesn't understand the definition of woke, obviously. This is hilarious. He's talking about people who are politically correct or people who are trying to control his speech. Freedom of speech Nazis. People like Ben Norton, that's who he's talking about. You know, he's got the term wrong.
Misunderstand the intention of the writer or speaker.
We seem to be, some people said after 9/11 that irony was dead, but it seems like it probably died. To the extent it died,
16 minutes in.
earlier in people who will say that's not funny, no matter what, because they focus on the words rather than the meaning or the.
That's right. They focus on the words and what matters. So I actually talk about this in my stage act, but I say if teasing is done with affection. I mean, just now I said, "Oh, shut up to you," but everybody
Inside, I'm crying.
smiled because they knew it was done with affection and as a joke. If that was reported tomorrow in the Hollywood Reporter that I said that to you without any giving of context, it would look as though I was being very rude and unpleasant. You see what I mean? And my daughter was talking about this at 3 o'clock when we did a show at the Southwest Festival. And it was a love-in. I mean, I don't know when I've had so much fun on stage. We had a fellow who was Puerto Rican, we had someone who was African American, we had someone who was Jewish, we had a Scot.
Oh my God!
All the
Well, they're
minorities.
letting anybody in
No, there was
Southwest
Scot.
West.
And an old white Englishman. You know, and we were teasing each other and saying the most terrible things. And there was an atmosphere, I mean this seriously, not just of laughter, but almost of joy. at the freedom of it.
That's
And
fine.
then the Hollywood Reporter went back and quoted a couple of lines without giving any context at all. And then there was about 2 weeks of criticism and everyone getting out of it. Why? What are they getting out of it? I mean, there are people sitting there who are deliberately
They're practicing their free
waiting
speech,
for the
man.
thrill of being offended.
No,
Do you,
no, not me. And see,
and you,
that's not woke people.
is that actually growing as
not
a
people
broad
who are waiting to be
sentiment?
offended.
And what is driving that?
I don't know. I think an awful lot of the things that are happening at the moment is that there's the thing that scares human beings more than anything else, I mean, other than someone coming at them with a knife, is change. I wrote a couple of books, or helped a psychiatrist to write a number of books, and he told me about the stress chart, where various actuaries working for insurance companies have discovered very, enormous amount of research has gone into this because it's hugely important to know when people are going to die if you're doing life insurance. And they studied, well, I think, losing your spouse, let's call that 100. And then there's losing your job, which is 80-something. And then it goes all the way down. Then you get to Christmas, which is 18, you know? Getting married is about 40, because although getting married seems to be a good thing, it's a huge change. Now, the most extraordinary thing was, if you have a reduction in the number of rows you have every month with your wife, that costs you 35 points. And if you have an increase in the number of rows that you have with your wife, that costs you 35 points.
You have explained my relationship with my ex-wife. Thank you. I spent a lot of years in therapy, and
How many ex-wives, Nick?
I just have the one.
Really?
Yes.
You
So
lucky.
the rumors are all false.
Oh, I've got 3.
Very good. Wokeism, though, is certainly not the only enemy of creativity. So we talked about maybe teachers or an education system. You have talked about how kind of what sometimes are called the suits, or the people, the money people, running entertainment industries or things like that. How do they inhibit creativity?
Because everything they want is the opposite of what the creative people want. They want clarity. Business people, by and large, are very stressed because they're trying to control everything, especially things that they can't really control. And if you talk to body workers like therapists or like physiotherapists or
Prostitutes.
I don't know. I should ask them.
Interesting.
Very interesting. I think they help a lot, actually.
Body workers with stress.
But if you go to chiropractors or osteopaths or any of these people, they will tell you that the hardest people to work on are business people.
Because they're tight.
Because they're trying to control the process even when they're being massaged, whereas the easiest people to work on are the creative people, because they're used to just letting things happen without trying to control.
I have to.
But, so, shut up.
Huh.
Put me off.
But then there are many other words.
Well, there's the N word. Now, just consider this, the year he finished studying maths at school. You got to do this enormous amount of work in some businesses, As a mathematician, I think they have a terribly short period when they're at their best. For some reason, I think it was coming to do with my father. I've never been addictive, except to very small things like food. And the awful thing about getting older is food tastes better. It's just wonderful. I eat nothing else now.
What is the role of
But
it?
you
All right.
did ask about it, and I think there is an interesting answer here. You see, I think that a lot of creative people are more in touch with their unconscious, which is where their creativity is coming from. But if your threshold is a little more porous, it
Can you guys hear me on the mic still? Can you hear me? Let me know in the chat if my mic's still on. Can you guys hear? Okay.
83.
Cool.
Yes.
Thank you, Chris.
Chris Reg pick. I hear you.
Cool. Thanks. So John Cleese and this guy, they don't understand the definition of wokeism or woke. So that's funny. It's crazy. I said you guys don't even understand the definition of woke, so please stop your ignorance. Designed to disparage individuals. It's so weird. Who speak out against abusive systems of power.
What's up, Nay?
What's up, gamer 9757?
Chris Reg pick. OUS2.
Um, such a little kid, man. I got this fan in front of my other fan. When I turn it up really fast, it makes the little fan turn real slow because it's off, but it's sitting in front of it, so the wind blows the fan, you know. Oh. Jimmy Fallon added to sexual assault lawsuit against comedian Horatio Sands.
Calling in the boonies.
What's that all about, man? What's that all about, though? The woman who claims former Saturday Night Live star Sands sexually assaulted her in 2002 added Fallon, Tracy Morgan, and Saturday Night Lorne Michaels to the complaint as enablers. Oh, shit.
Nays Garden.
Damn, they
Download
fucking
Twitter or
grouped
visit
his ass
twitter.com
right
and
up
search
in
at
there.
Nays Garden at Nays Garden Show at Truthier News for the full podcast experience.
They put Jimmy
YouTube channel
Fallon.
at Truthier News on Twitter.
They put Jimmy Fallon right in there, man. Holy shit. Wow. I'm gonna turn that thing off. It doesn't seem to be helping much. That's what happens, and then people are like, why don't you tell people about it? And I'm like, because I guess I should have it on. And I turn it on and it's like nothing happens. Oh, God. Just leave it off. It's better to not hear it, I think. Personally. Okay, I can get this off my screen. Get rid of that. And we'll get rid of that. Wokeism, the new religion of the West. This is a very slanted article. I should probably read this to you. You guys want to hear the other side? You want to hear the Ron DeSantis?
9757.
Where Ron
Watched a
DeSantis...
replay of the stream last night at work and I gotta say it was very informative and entertaining.
Gamer 9757, thank you so much for saying that. I so much appreciate that. Let me just save this. Show stories, okay. So this is a very slanted article, which is where someone like Ron DeSantis gets his definition of wokeism from. Okay, you ready? Here it is. Wokeism, the new religion of the West. This is from October 20th, 2020. All right. There is a new religion. It is moving like a tidal wave through every facet of Western culture, shaping and redefining society as it goes. This religion masquerades under the guise of compassion and justice, but underneath is an evil ideology that is incompatible with Western values and incongruent with the Christian worldview. This movement did not start in Minneapolis on May 25th when George Floyd was murdered. That event acted as a watershed moment for an ideology that has been growing for decades. If left unchecked, this new religion could lead to a complete unraveling of Western culture. There are many names for what we currently find ourselves in. Wokeness, and here we go, political correctness, and cancel culture are some of them. Oh, okay. Wokeness is cancel culture. Wokeness is political correctness. You see how they grouped all of that together? So I'll rip it apart as we go through it. Some of them, but these only encapsulate a portion of the phenomenon. You guys want to see it while I read it to you? Cultural Marxism, neo-Marxism, social justice, identity politics, and critical theory. You notice it doesn't say critical race theory, it just says critical theory. I think that's interesting, and we're probably going to get into that a little later. Are border descriptors. We would like to use a term that adequately captures the religiosity of the movement. Wokeism. So they're encapsulating all of that bullshit into what they call wokeism, and it's not. So when you look up the very definition of the word, it's people who wish to not see social injustices done to people based on their differences. It's really basic. We've looked up the definition. We already covered that on the show. So this is just, the complete other side. It says right here, wokeism is a religion. This is the highlighted part. Although it's not a religion, because it would need a religion by definition. It needs a god. So this is bullshit. Wokeism is a religion. Although it has not been organized into any formal religious structure, it has all the functions of religious doctrine. It has a unique epistemology, theory of knowledge, an evaluation of the human condition, and a redemption narrative. But from where did it come? And then it starts right here. It says right there, critical theory. Okay, here we go. Okay. Critical theory. In the early 20th century, a German school of philosophy called the Frankfurt School developed a social philosophy called critical theory. In a nutshell, critical theory critiques culture and challenges the underlying power structures of a society. It is a movement to liberate human beings from the circumstances that enslave them, reinterpreting Western culture as a story of the oppressor versus oppressed. In critical theory, the only things that exist are hierarchies of power, and those hierarchies must be torn down. The goal of this movement, whether stated or not, is nothing less than the complete dismantling and rebuilding of Western culture from the ground up. You know, I'm going to
I see it as ignorance or denial of reality. Never heard this definition.
Just fucking psychotic. Let me put into Twitter. I'm gonna just tweet this article out. All right.
Reg pick. Removing police forces from society is a great example.
All right. Critical theory started to become prominent among Western academics in the 90s and eventually infiltrated almost every university in the Western world. In recent years, the ideology has left the university and has made the jump to media and corporate culture, establishing itself as the primary moral culture within Western societies.
Your definition is more positive.
Currently, the main lines of separation between oppressors and oppressed are race, sex, and gender identity. It's not my definition, Chris. I just Googled it. I looked it up on Webster's and Urban Dictionary, and I look it on multiple sources, bro. It's not my definition. It's the definition. I mean, it's just a thing that's been defined, and then they take what it is and they create this whole genre of shit that they're against. You know, they include 3 different things into one thing, and they group it all together to try to create hatred among their base to get more support because they're hitting all the right notes for these people. Because they're just as racist and biased as the leaders that they've elected to rule them. You know? Within Western societies, currently the main lines of separation between oppressors and oppressed are race, sex, and gender identity. This is not just a political or social movement within the framework of traditional Enlightenment values. Concepts such as logic, science, and reason are viewed as tools of the oppressive white patriarchy. Values like individualism, hard work, punctuality, and delayed gratification would be understood as perpetuating white supremacy. Critical theory has become much more than social philosophy and is the primary philosophical driving force behind the new civil religion of wokeism. Why call wokeism a new religion? The fact is that the rise of secular humanism over the past 70 years created a religion shaped hole in our culture. Secularism for all its... So what this is, I just forget all this shit. I'm just going to tell you right now, break it all down. They're threatened by this because it's the truth. So they've come up with a whole anti-truth movement. It's just facts and truth, man. That's it. It's not complicated at all. And it's not all those things they're trying to say. It's, we don't like discrimination, we're calling out discrimination, and you do like discrimination. And that's why you're anti-woke. It's all about discrimination. That's it.
Allowed to compete against
It's
women
simple.
in the Olympics.
To compete against women in the Olympics? Should transgender men be allowed to compete against women in the Olympics? No, I don't think so. No. What do you think, Chris? I think absolutely not. I think that's still the body of a man, the physiology of a man. I agree with everything that Joe Rogan says about that. You know, my mother and I have spoken about that on multiple occasions. You know?
Reg pick. No.
Yeah, I agree with you. Well, I'm still woke motherfucker. I'm just smart. Like I said, facts, bro. Facts. You know, I've just got, seen women who are really physical,
Reg
like
pick.
big,
But you're
tall.
a sexist if you think this now.
But no, you're not. You're
Big
not.
Merc
Only
83.
because you think you are.
Definitely not.
Chris, only because you think you are. It's not sexist. Not at all. It's just facts, bro. Just ignore people who say shit like that, bro. That's not woke people. Those are just idiots. Understand the difference. See, this is where you're getting confused. You're right? You're thinking those are people that are woke. No, they're not, obviously. They don't get it. If they were woke, they would get it.
Chris Reg pick. I have the opposite definition of you.
From a legitimate source? You pull it up on a legitimate source? Where'd it come from?
Reg pick. Libtards.
No, not libtards. You've got it. You totally got it wrong. Someone who is anti-discrimination isn't a libtard.
Big Merc 83. Cheers, gangsters.
Are you saying that somebody who is woke is a libtard? You got it wrong. Are you saying that someone who thinks that transgender males should compete in women's sports is a libtard? Oh, I totally agree with you. Is that what you're saying? Hey man, it's not a big deal. It's just the way it is. I mean, you can pass whatever laws, regulations, and whatever, and fine. I don't care what the fuck. Doesn't involve me. I think sports are stupid no matter what. And this is one of the reasons why they're stupid. But at the same time, this is just the way it is. It ain't gonna change in my mind. I know how the fuck it should be. You know? I'm not discriminating against anybody. You wanna compete in sports, start your own gender for sporting events. You know? You can have a trans category. You got male categories, they got female categories. And if they've got in Olympics, if they've somehow got men and women competing, well then a trans person could of course compete in that. But you know, if you're a trans person
Reg,
that is a male,
Three
that was a
bathrooms in a
male, that
plane.
is now calling yourself a female for whatever reason or under any circumstances, you want to compete in the Olympics, fine. You can go compete in the Olympics with the males. Period. And that I will allow, absolutely. Sure. Go do it. Why do you, dude, hey, think about it, Chris. Think about it, Chris, you fucking idiot. There aren't men's and women's bathrooms on a plane. What fucking plane are you flying on?
Chris Reg pick. Transgender bathrooms on planes. Craig Allen. Hi Nay. Gamer 9757. Lol.
Transgender bathrooms on planes. It doesn't even make sense. You're just saying a phrase that doesn't have any meaning. Do you understand that? You're not saying anything. I don't know what you're trying to say. If you're trying to say something, say it. Are you saying that there are people out there that are wanting to have transgender bathrooms on planes? Is that what you're saying to me? You're going to have to show me an example. Who? Who's that person? That person would be a shit lib, but who is that person? Show me that. Fucking idiots. Dude, people are so dumb. Transgender bathroom on a fucking plane. Who's the shit lib that's requesting this? I need to know. Now I need to know.
9757. It's the kicking in lol. Chris is high.
Gamer, we call it cannabis, bro. It's the cannabis kicking in, bro. Cannabis. Use the terminology, please.
Chris Reg pick.
Top of the
Not
hour.
me.
No, I know it's not you, Chris. Tell me. I know it's not you. Who's talking about this? I want to know who the fucking moron is that's saying trans should be transgender. Look, dude, I'm just saying you gotta let a transgender person use a bathroom. I don't care which one they use.
9757. My bad.
When you go into someone's home, do they have a men's room and a ladies' room? Never. Everybody uses the same bathroom in a house, so don't fucking worry about it, people. You know, trans people can use your bathroom too. And if you have a problem with that, then you're the anti-woke person. You're the person that would like Ron DeSantis, and you explain everything. You make it all possible for someone like Ron DeSantis to do what he does. So. Gamer says, my bad. Oh, that's all right. Thank you. Top of the hour. No, I'll smoke to that, Gamer 9757. No law regarding cannabis. Cheers, everybody.
Gallon. Hashtag NLRC. Christoph 54. Health Nay. Restream.io. Trophy congratulations. You've received 100 messages today with Restream chat.
100 messages, guys. Thanks. Where's the chat? The chat.
Mr.
Where
Blue
is the chat?
313
Where
sets
is
teeth
the
in.
chat?
Hashtag
Chat,
Philip
chat.
Cannabis Dude.
Where's the chat?
Mr. Blue 313 sets teeth in. GM. Christoph 54. Super. Mr. Blue 313 sets
Hey,
teeth in.
Bad Bad Blue
Top
Draws.
running dash.
What's
Mr.
up?
Blue 313 sets teeth in. Hashtag Philip Cannabis Dude.
What's
Chris
up,
Reg
buddy?
Pick.
Libtard is what I'm against. Pelosi going to Taiwan to eat ice cream.
Right.
Projecting and denying.
No, dude,
Chris
we're
Bob
against that
54.
too, Chris.
Big
Everybody's
Force
against
listening,
those libtards,
NNNN.
bro. We hate them. So Pelosi going to Taiwan was the dumbest shit ever. We talked about that on the show. You know, there was just something in the paper about that this morning I was reading about. She's an idiot. She put the whole world at risk for her own personal monetary gain. You know, she's an idiot. So many politicians are idiots, though. And that's what I try to talk about on this show is we've got the morons on both sides. That's why we try to come to our senses and come to the middle, you know, and get the hell out of these two freaking moronic parties. I said we should have 50 different political parties all competing against each other. And Republican and Democrats should just disappear. You know? We need to try something different here, and the two-party system is not working. Politicians being able to be bought out by corporations isn't working. It only benefits corporations and destroys the planet. That's the best way I could have said that. You know? A bunch of parties might solve that problem. I would say, you know, find one that appeals to you and join it, or start a new one. You know?
Gamer 9757. When an orange loses its flavor, you throw it out. The two-party system is trash.
When an orange loses its flavor, you throw it out. That's an interesting way to put it. I like it. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Dude, we lost a channel, man. What happened? What happened? Why my channels go down? Which channel, man? The main channel's got to still be up. With all these people here. How many people are on the main channel, man? I don't want to hurt my tricep, man. I want to be careful. I haven't done my push-ups now 2 days in a row. Gotta let that thing heal. You guys, how many people are watching on the main channel? 10?
Gamer
9757.
Nice. I see 10.
10
Chris Reg
people
Pick.
on the main
Oranges
channel.
and tomatoes lose their
What?
flavor if they
Hey,
freeze.
hey.
Never put them in fridge.
You guys want a link to the main channel? I'll type it in. It's youtube.com/c/trendy as dabbers /live. There it is. If you guys want to share that link around right now, the YouTube link, get some more people into the YouTube. And if you're watching from Facebook, you can just type that in, youtube.com/c/trendyasdabbers /live. And it's the letter C. / it's like C Trendy As Dabbers Live.
Leo.
You know?
Nay, good morning.
It's kind of smart, actually. It's one of the smartest things I've ever done. Hey, Dom, what you've done. That way to see someone when they're live is really smart. I'll give them credit for that. There it is right there, folks. youtube.com/c/trendyasdabbers /live. You can type that into any browser and that'll get you to the main channel for the show. So if you're watching this from Facebook, open up a browser and do this instead. Come to YouTube, or open up your YouTube and just go to Nays Garden and find the live stream from your YouTube app. Dominic Dom Dom, Dommy Dom Dom, what's up, Dommy Dom? Oh man, I'm so glad I put the things up. It's still loud coming in, but I've got these cross beams coming, and when they come in, I'm gonna be tightening up a little bit
Gallon. Boom.
to put the roof back on. You know, it's just nice because without the roof on, I get the ventilation, I get the AC. It's fucking nice, man. Cools it down in here really fast. I wouldn't mind having an extra vent put in right here, blowing straight down, but it wouldn't be blowing all the time. It'd only be on when the room AC is on. So I was thinking like a little personal AC unit would be cool, you know, something I could put in the window during shows. I could just exhaust it out into the big room, actually. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. What? Psst, unreal. Psh. I go across the street and I look at the waterfall. There's a log that's floated down.
Windows are open and the sun's on it. I bet it can get cooking in that little box.
There's a log. I don't know if it looks like maybe some kid may have thrown it in the water or not, but there's a big log now in there. I kind of want to go in there and clean that out, make it look pretty again. There's a couple little weeds there and stuff. I could take those weeds and clog up some holes in the dam so more water flows over the top. It'd be nice. Well, it does get hot in here, that's for sure, Mark. It heats up. It heats up, and luckily I've got this fan here, and I've got a way to exhaust the computer if I'm playing a video game, because when I'm playing a video game, the computer starts blowing out hot air. Not when I'm live streaming, though.
Big Merc 83. Unlock from Blamo.
No, it's a log. It's about a 10-inch wide, 4-foot long piece of wood, man. I'm gonna have to pull that bit. It's soaked with water. It's gonna be heavy, and I'm gonna have to pull that thing out and throw it on the bank, which is up above from where I am, and I've got a hurt tricep. You know, so I shouldn't be in there at all doing that. Not until my tricep heals up. Dude, I rubbed triage oil on it yesterday.
83. Ren and Stimpy reference Tears of Joy.
And it was still so sore after I rubbed the triage oil on it. I was like, oh man, this is bad. It's a log. Oh, what a beautiful toy. It's fun for a girl and a boy. Log. From Blamo. Well, you don't think I got the fucking Ren and Stimpy reference? Come on, man.
Katie 3. Easiest way would be to tie a rope or some cordage around it and pull it up from the bank.
Nuh-uh. That wouldn't be easy. Fuck that shit. That wouldn't pulling that motherfucker up with a rope wouldn't be easy at all. Unless I use the winch on my truck to do it. No, dude, it's not that big. I'd say it's only 10 inches around. It's this big around. Right? And it's like 4 feet long. It'll probably weigh like 30 pounds or something. I'll fucking deal with it. At the most 30 pounds. It's probably not even that. It's probably like 9 or 10 pounds. It'll be fun. But I'm not gonna do it today. And then I'll end up doing it today, but I don't want to do it today because like I said, I don't want to use my fucking arm. And just climbing in and out of there, I can hurt my arm. Re-injure it when it's like this. Shit, man. I was doing something. I was doing something on the show last night, or I was fucking dancing around or something with my arm, and I threw my arm out. That was fucking funny, dude. I put my head down, and I was like, oh my god, dude. I just saw black. It was just pain shot through my whole body when I did that. Oh, that was a painful thing. I kind of want to see that, actually. Let's not talk about all the stuff you do not want to hear. Do you guys like the title of the video? I write the best titles, bro, I swear. Let me see here. My videos. Okay, it would have been from last night. And it says, you might take an antacid before watching the show. It says, you might to take an antacid. I was supposed to say, you might want to take an antacid before watching. I just titled this fucking... Oh, it's got 13 likes, man, that video. I think that's the one, anyway. From 23rd, yeah. Oh, I only broadcasted twice yesterday? Okay, here. View on YouTube. Okay. Dude, tell me I was full screen when I did that shit. Okay, that's 15 out of 15. We're live. Hello. Okay, shh. Activities we could do. We can river dance. See that? See that? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Don't worry. I'm doing my head. I'm doing my head. I'm doing that. Getting mosh. So this had to be before I hurt my arm. Kicks. Right? This had to do before I pulled my spleen. Oh wait, maybe this was after I hurt myself because that spleen. Think of all the activities we can do here now. It's so nice to have all this space. So I must have been earlier. It really is. But I don't think. Listen to the echo. What is that echo? Is that my headphones? Is it the very beginning? Hello. Hello. Oh, it's my headphones that are making that noise. And there's a little delay. Just a little one. Hello. That's the noise I hear when I speak. I wouldn't be able to talk with these things on with that delay. There's no way. I'd have to turn it way down. It's too distracting. I don't know how people do that. I don't know how they do it. It's crazy. Yeah, I gotta fix that delay problem. And that has to be turned off. So I can just turn the volume off on them. It's got a
Tren libro Mandalorian.
little rolly thing.
That queste original volviste también más
Just like
eso.
that. No more echo, no more delay. Hello. I was like, dude, I thought
Click
it was the
drag.
room echoing me back. I was like, that can't be.
Welcome to Walt Disney World Rio de Janeiro. Do not drink the
I figured it out.
water.
It's
Do
the
not speak
headphones.
to strangers. He oído tamales. Do not toy kicks. Batteries a lot of activities.
You should say in
Don't
that
you like
echo tonight
guacamole?
if the raceway park is going
Cañón
down. Real
87.
drag racing heat we're here. We'll sell
You
you the
don't
whole
hear
thing,
it,
but
you-
you'll only need the edge.
Oh shit! I just realized I got the video volume up. You should say in that echo tonight at the Raceway Park we're going to have some real drag racing heat. Yeah. See, I couldn't find the part where I hurt
Gamer
my arm.
9757. It was on the first broadcast you did yesterday.
Oh, dude, you're good, gamer. I love you. Oh my god, how did you do that? You are good, you. I can't go back. Look at this. So it was. You might want to take it in. That's okay. Haha, we were so right about everything. You're good, brother. Thank you. All right. I was joking about me hurting myself. Okay. Okay. Put that on the Chizzy chat. Chizzy chat. We don't have Cyber. We don't have Nick this morning. Okay,
I found
don't think
it.
we have anybody.
I fucking found it. Oh,
Oh my god.
maybe that wasn't it.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I guess
Dude.
I guess that was not it.
Fuck. What the fuck, dude? Dude, that cherry pie on top of that fucking Gorilla Glue just fucked me up big time, son. What?
Gamer 9757.
What,
That's
man?
it.
No, I hurt my arm. I hurt my arm. I threw my arm out. I was doing like some dance move with my arm.
It was on Vimeo.
It was really stupid and dumb,
He
bro.
put that shit on Vimeo, yo.
Whatever it was really dumb, and I hope I was full screen.
I wish he'd put it on YouTube. He made like 3 or 4 different
Gamer
videos.
9757. Got to go a little bit before
I
and you're about to hear the joy.
Audio-Montage Smiley mit Augentränen.
Ron Jeremy.
Yeah, I got a dick like Ron Jeremy. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude.
Dude, when do I hurt?
Fuck. What the fuck, dude?
That is not it. I was like dancing around.
Dude, that chair.
Man, we'll be able to do karate, man.
Is this
We'll be
it?
able to do yoga in here, man. We'll be able to have neighborhood boxing matches, man. We'll be able to do WWF, bro. Look at all the activities we'll be able to do.
That wasn't it.
So yeah, I'll be able to. My dog will be able to come back here and hang out with me, which I missed hanging out with my dog.
I guess not, man. No, I hurt my. I literally hurt my freaking arm, dude. Like really bad. And I put my head down, bro, because it hurt so bad. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I just did this.
Froggy. You are the dude nay need you down under mate.
Maybe it wasn't this one. It must have been another one. Wait, that might be it. I think this is it. 109.
I can't do any activities right now. I couldn't even do my push-ups this morning because I hurt my tricep. I forgot. I was having fun.
That was it. Okay, hold on. 109. Oh, this is it.
United King.
You guys,
What
this
is
is it.
happening here?
I can't
Are
do
there
any-
two
You
of
guys
you,
watch
two Ron
watch
Jeremy?
this. Watch this. Watch this. It's hilarious.
Ugh. This is for real.
Christoph 54.
Damn.
Lol.
Space, man. Activities. Think of all the activities we can do, man.
Stone to the bone.
Ow. Oh,
That was real pain.
That was real pain.
I forgot about that.
man.
Stone to the bone.
Oh, fuck. Space, man. Activities. Think of all the activities we can do, man.
Stone to the bone.
Lol.
It's funny every time.
That was real pain.
Man.
Stone to the bone.
Ow.
I forgot about that. That was real pain.
Man.
Stone to the bone.
Ow.
Dude, is it okay? It's okay that I'm laughing at my own pain, man. Is that okay? You guys are laughing too, right?
9757. That was right after the with 2 tears of joy.
Dude, acute, direct, immediate, live pain, bro. It's hilarious. I just wasn't expecting it, man. It was just out of nowhere. I was just goofing, and the next thing you know, it was like somebody stuck my freaking arm into a socket. Oh my god, that dude, I'm crying. I am literally crying right now. This just made me cry. We gotta watch it a couple more times. Okay, I'm sorry. We have to watch it. We have to. Let me see how long I laid there for like that.
That was real pain. I forgot about that.
I can't do any activities right now. I couldn't even do my push-ups this morning because I hurt my tricep. I forgot. I'm having fun.
54.
Dude, somebody's please make a
Nice
clip of that.
Yeah, man, that's what
You hurting my arm just now.
You guys should
Will
have made a
someone
clip
please
of
make a
that.
clip of that and put that on fucking.
You guys should have totally made a clip of
Please.
that shit,
From
man.
YouTube. Use the little scissors thing at the bottom, guys.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Oh.
god, that shit is so fucking hilarious.
Ooh.
I'm such a fucking idiot, dude. Oh my god. Dude, I got so much room back here, though.
I got so much room back here, though.
Shit. Dude. Got room.
Just right onto the next step.
Activities
So
rolling on the floor
Shut up,
laughing.
dude.
ADHD.
Pull my shirt down. Hang out, shit, bro.
All right,
Turn my fan on.
let's
bro.
go back. It was so funny.
Turn my fan on, bro. Just some shit on, bro. I got space, man. Activities. Think of all the activities we can do, man.
Stone to the bone.
Ow. Oh,
That was real pain. I forgot about that.
Can we watch it over and over again?
I can't do any activity, man.
Stone to the bone.
Ow.
I forgot about that. That was real pain.
Activities. Think of all the activities we can do, man.
Stone to the bone.
Ow. Oh,
That was real pain.
Activities! Think of all the activities we can do, man.
Stone to the bone.
Ow!
I forgot about that. That was real pain.
Oh,
That was real pain. I forgot about that.
oh, fuck. Activities!
Why
Think of all the activities
why
we can
can't I
do,
get
man.
it
Stone
right?
to the bone.
Oh my god, I'm crying. I'm crying again.
That was
Man,
Stone
Here
to
it
the
is.
bone.
ow! Man,
Stone to the bone.
ow! Oh. Activities! Think of all the activities we can do, man.
Stone to the bone.
Ow! Oh,
I've got tears coming out of
Big
my eyes. I'm laughing
83.
so
In the
hard.
future, make sure you have a good stretch out before
Oh my
beginning any
God.
activities, sir.
Yeah, exactly. Stretch,
Gamer
stretch before
97.
activities,
That would make a great Twitter meme.
bro. If you could get it right on where I have the smile right before, where I have a smile on my face and just go from the smile to ow. That moment, I was having a hard time.
Open mouth smile, open mouth smile, open mouth smile.
The time is 1:09:40, like 41, but you can't select it. Here's 43. 43, I'm already holding my tricep. There's 40. Dude, let's watch it in let's see that in super slow-mo. Let's see that in super slow-mo. Here we go. At 1:09:40, folks.
Stone to the bone.
That was real pain.
I forgot about that. Oh man, that is just the best, bro. Oh my god.
man.
Stone to the bone.
Here we go. And pain. I'm crying again.
That was real pain.
Big Merc 83. Oh fuck, I'm dead.
Oh my god. So fun. That was so fun. Oh my goodness gracious. That was so much fun. I really enjoyed that. So, my microphone is cutting the guitar out. I can hear the noise gate. It cuts the guitar out of the back. So, but it also cuts the fan out when I have the fan on. You probably get it probably sounds pretty good just my voice right now, but there's a lot of background noise, like the TV's on in the background and stuff. When I turn the fan on, you probably don't hear it. I wonder how my tricep is doing today. I need to really take it easy on it. I don't want to hurt it.
G420. Howdy, cowboy hat face.
I just want to rest it. Hey, morning. What's up, son? I just kind of want to rest it, you know, and not risk damaging it again.
Big Merc 83. You show have been a wrestler. That was a good sell.
Yeah, because it was real, bro. Because that just hurt me right now. Putting my arm down here a little bit. That shit was real pain, bro. I threw it out right then. It was shooting pain through my arm. It was unbelievable pain. If everything felt normal and then all of a sudden, oh, that's right, boom. Too late. Your arms hurt. What are you doing? Oh, man. Oh, God. Shit. Anyhow, I guess I shouldn't do anything. I should just rest my arm. I can't play video games. I could probably edit a video or something. I don't know if there's anything I really want to edit a video about right now. What we covered on the show today. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I could edit out a Ben Norton video. I don't know. I don't feel like it, actually. Fucking. It's
Top
like, that's
54.
how I feel about
Nay,
everything.
goodbye.
None of them are. Alright, bye. It's like none of them are worth my time, you know? You know? No, I don't think I'm gonna do that. I don't feel like doing that. Wait for these roof
Top 54.
cross.
Bye bye la team.
Wait for these cross beam things to get in here. They're only 6 feet long, so that means I've got 6 feet. I gotta fucking figure out. I'm gonna do it. But I can do it with a tape measure. So that's something I could do right now. You just measure it out to like 5 foot.
83.
10.
I guess your days of finger blasting Mary Jane rotten crotch through her frilly pink panties are over. Open mouth smile.